Man, I was wrecking my brain of creative outlets of where this thing could go, and I thought of 100 different scenarios, and none of them were as good as what our writers came up with. Eric Kripke is a genius. The writers' room had ample time to come up with something fantastic, and they blew me away. I felt like everything that I thought of was subpar, you know what I mean? I was like, all right, well, yeah. I was like, clearly I still have some things to learn about story development, because the creative storylines that this show takes from season 2, even just at the beginning of where things pick up with season 3, it was all stuff that I never even thought about. So I was excited.
I'll pay you. You
got a raise.
$100 for you.
It's true though, man.
Hey, you know what? You're gonna get another scene now.
Yes! Yes! Picked it up off the cutting room floor, back into the show. No, I'm just kidding.
I think I was really excited to see some comic book moments that carried over into season 3, namely Herogasm. Yeah, so I think a lot of the things that we did this season are a nod to the comic books. And then there's a few scenes that I didn't even know we were allowed to air. I will be fighting with dildos this season. So yeah, it's
Sounds like an internal battle.
It was an internal battle, and then it was also a physical battle. I'll end it on that.
I really didn't know if they could top what we did or what he did with, sea life and what have you in season 1 and 2, and I can't really get too much into it. But it's I don't even know how stuff like that can make it on air. But it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, and it's gonna be hopefully a little funny too. So. It's fucking wild. So I remember reading the scripts too, and the first 10 pages of the first script, I was like, holy shit, it's insane, it's awesome, and we had a blast doing it. So
For me, it was how are they going to be able to get Mother's Milk, who for the first 2 seasons was dying to get back to his family? How are they going to be able to get him out of his family now? Because the end of season 2, he returns back home and he's with his daughter, and it's all hugs and kisses, and Eric found a way.
Finds a way.
He found a way. There's a very revealing thing about Mother's Milk that we find out in season 3, that we learn why he does all this to begin with, and how that makes him tick. And so that's what, kind of propelled me and excited me was when I found this out, and it really helped dial in and connect the dots of everything that we saw for season 1 and season 2. Season 3 kind of connects all those dots.
I would say beyond all the crazy, and there is crazy, and I think Chase is right. I think the first 10 pages of episode 1, I think is not only the craziest thing we've done, way crazier. I mean, Herogasm's crazy, but the first 10 pages of the opener is not just the craziest thing we've done. I think it's the craziest thing anybody's done. And I'd be hard pressed to think of a sequence that's nuttier than that. But for us, for the writers, that's just the spoonful of sugar, and kind of we always say that's what's on the cereal box. But it's a season about toxic masculinity. It's about the history of Vought, and through that, through Soldier Boy and the history of the United States, and sort of how we got to where we are, where this idea of this John Wayne Marlboro Man type character is just poisoned generations of men, and why we're in such a shit show that we are right now. It's about a former president, and so there's a lot of him in Homelander. But then again, sometimes it's hard because you're oh, Homelander's so much smarter than him. So like sometimes you find like, you know, you can't actually have it be a one-to-one. So, you know, there's all the same usual, like we make it about the characters. We have a lot of social axes to grind, frankly, because the writers are angry about a lot of shit going on. And then we just like put dick jokes on top of it. So and that's pretty much what The Boys is. You sprinkle in, you know, social commentary and heartrending emotion and a nice soupçon of penis. So that's
Why
that's
is he
my
not
answer.
lying?
I'm not.
I'm not lying at all.
I'm not. So there you go.
I think Eric summed it up pretty well. I think, you know, when I first read the first 10 pages of episode 1, I think, like many other seasons that preceded it, it was just shock and awe. It's like, how are we going to get away with that? I've never seen anything like that on television before. And then as anyway, I read through all of the episodes, what really struck me was that all of the characters get really rich development, and you know, every character is really kind of pushed to a limit, and is forced to make a choice of what is that line that they are willing or not willing to cross in order to achieve what they want, and it's great because it builds in this fantastic conflict within both the Soups and the Boys. So and it's just, the season is just bananas. It's just bigger than anything we've ever done. We bit off probably a little bit more than we can chew, and it was super fun. And it was great to have this guy join us. We had a blast.
I joined the cast right before season 2 had dropped, and so I had seen season 1 and just remember going like, this is some good stuff. Like, I'm super excited. And so when Eric and I got on the horn and talked about me coming on, it was just really exciting. And then I saw season 2, and I was like, oh shit, they like leveled up. And because this is my first journey into the streaming world and not broadcast TV, which is, you know, standards and practices doesn't exist. And then I read season 3, and I was like, oh shit. So I don't know what you guys are going to do for season 4, because you just keep leveling up, and that's, you know, good luck with that. But it definitely is it's in stride with 1 and 2, and 3 is just going to continue to be even better, and it's really fun. It's been a fun part, being a part of this journey with these guys. I mean, these guys are just, they're on a different level, and it was nice to play with those guys.